just went to Capital and nothing fit me because it's all small sizing.
You're huge. You didn't even fit in the changing room.
Smacked my head on the change room so hard. I feel like I have a concussion. Now we're headed to lunch. What is this tour guide?
Pizza Marumo.
I prefer New York style pizza because I find that this one's like kind of droopy in mine. The dough though is fire. I know when I was in there I was talking about New York pizza, how I like it, but I swear to God when I say this, that might be the best pizza I've had in my life.
I think it is for me, for sure, actually.
Like the dough, the taste of the dough is like chef's kiss.
And make sure, if you want to go there, make your reservation about a month in advance. There's never any space.
Seems so like not busy though.
Because they were closing for lunch.
What did we just walk by?
It's a little Yorkie getting his trim.
Sid did some vintage shopping today for her video. I don't think I really filmed anything, and then we just stopped at the hotel now and we're getting some omakase at the hotel. Just recommended for us. So what'd you think of sushi in Japan?
That was really good. We went to this casual sushi spot before, and I don't think it was so foreigner welcoming. So our sushi chef wasn't, I got the vibe he didn't really like us, but this sushi chef was so nice and accommodating, and he was explaining everything to us.
Doing a little dessert pit stop at 7-Eleven.
The dessert in question.
You need those for your kitty cat claws because they're so catty. Day 3, we're headed out to coffee. I feel like this is just like a coffee tour of Tokyo. We're just vlogging all the coffees. People have commented often about this like white shirt I wore, I think yesterday in the video. And then this tee is from the same company. It's actually Uniqlo's sister company called GU or Goo. These are from that company. There's people I remember commenting, asking, I don't know if I responded, but that's where they're from. But I sized down so it's more of that like tighter fit. I was just saying to Sid that this is by far my favorite city that I've ever been in terms of like metropolitan cities. I mean, Sid still prefers New York, but...
Well, I don't have my full experience yet, so it's hard to say.
So obviously you guys know Hello Kitty is so popular here, and I think it really popularized like having a mascot for a brand. Every company here has like little mascots for their brands, even if it's like life insurance or like banks. Everywhere has a little kawaii mascot. But as I was walking down the street, it's so clean here. I saw a guy cleaning these fire hydrants. There was a guy and he had a cloth and he was like deep cleaning fire hydrants. Then I also spotted this orange juice machine, which is my forte. Alright, we're in Harajuku now. Try to do some more shopping because I feel like I've just been showing food these vlogs. Never mind, we're not doing shopping yet. So this cafe is a bit touristy, but we couldn't really resist because there's actually a latte artist that will make whatever photo you show them onto the coffee and the foam. So that's our dog Mochi. It was super cute. They actually brought us the wrong drink, so they sent us another one after. But we also got a warm latte with my favorite Pokemon, Mew, if you don't know. And that was super cool to watch him do it. And they ended up sending the drink. This is the artist, by the way. This is the correct drink, and Mochi's face ended up getting eaten by me. And after that, we headed to some of the vintage shops in Harajuku, which has some of the best American vintage I've ever seen at this store. Prices are pretty crazy, but the condition is something like you'll never find ever in the States for things like this. I'm in this crazy American vintage store. Trying on this Champion sweater. Champion sweaters, I find the fit is like kind of weird always though. Like if I unfold it, it's like, this is a old UCLA hoodie. Sid was just saying like, this vintage stuff is kept in such good condition that it almost doesn't look vintage sometimes.
It looks like new UCLA merch.
Some of these are crazy expensive. Almost $1,000 for this Luther one.
nice color on you.
And they actually have this huge section for vintage kimonos, which is pretty cool. Aside from all the other American vintage they have.
24 today, 24.
Right now we're walking through.
Takashita Street.
They have all the animal cafes there. Apparently they're kind of cruel, so we're not going to them, but we saw them. Little pigs.
I just wonder where the pigs go at night and where the pigs go when they get too big, because there's no big pigs in there. They're just little.
Well, you remember what I had with my pancakes. Ended the day at Casanova Vintage, which is like the craziest selection of designer bags and chrome hearts. They have a couple locations. He actually told me they just opened one in Hawaii.
Thank you so much.
And they're super friendly and honestly just like best team there. Super helpful. I got Sid an early birthday present because her birthday's coming out. We're now heading to a very nice dinner that I actually been to. You're actually not allowed to film though. It's a 2-star Michelin omakase, so I'm just going to spawn back here in like 2 hours and tell you what happened. So today's day 5 of Tokyo. Yesterday it was raining pretty crazily hard for most of the day, so I didn't end up vlogging it. But we're heading to the big flea market now. I'm gonna see if there's anything we can pick up. I've been kind of unfortunate. I don't know if I've mentioned this already, probably I have, with sizing here, just because I feel like people are smaller here, especially for like pants. But hopefully I can find something, and then when we come back from that, hopefully I get some stuff, and I'm gonna show you everything I've got so far because I don't think I've showed everything. So the Tokyo City Flea Market is the craziest flea market I've definitely ever been to. It sells everything from electronics to stickers, little toys, clothes, mostly clothes for sure, but there's between 300 and 600 vendors every weekend apparently. And you can literally find whatever you're looking for. And it's actually at a racetrack, sort of in the parking lot area, and everyone's selling out of their cars. But there's a huge selection of things in terms of pricing. I mean, crazy vintage Sushi tees, like this jersey was around 200 Canadian, but you can definitely find piles where people are selling things where everything's like $5, $2. And then they also have a bunch of little food trucks in the parking lot. So if you're hungry, you can spend pretty much all day there and also eat from the food trucks, which is cool. And it's actually not just one level. You can walk up and everyone's selling on top of the parking garage as well. We're going on the second deck now. It's like under a parking lot, sort of. Freaking hot today. You know, Sid and I were just saying that seems like it's mostly geared towards men. Unfortunate for her, but fortunate for me. I don't know if you can see, but this is probably one of my favorite parts of the trip. It's cash only, so you'll need to bring yen if you want to get stuff. And yeah, I'm not someone who usually loves flea markets. Like that's more Sid's thing, but I feel like this was just like so much selection that you could just constantly walk for hours and hours and just keep finding cool stuff. Flea market secure. Now we're at Itamai Sushi. I'm gonna have everything in the description of the vlog. This flea market was crazy, no?
So good. Best flea market I've ever been to.
And now this place was recommended to me, very casual, but very good. And I'm freaking starving. I'm gonna ask if they have chicken nuggets for you. Sid got cucumber roll, white shrimp, other shrimp, tuna roll with daikon, wakame, taro, scallop. So after the flea market, we ended up going to 7-Eleven, but I was too tired. But the sandwich is sold out every day I've been here, and the one time I went, randomly it was there, so I put it in the fridge. Classic Japanese cream fruit sandwich from 7-Eleven. I'm gonna show you what I got from the flea market and everything else because I don't think I've showed it. I don't know if anyone else, but whenever I eat like super salty things like ramen or McDonald's before bed, my face is like so swollen the next day. I think it's like an Asian thing.
So you don't get up water then.
Bro reacted in 3 to 5 business days. Okay, first thing I got was this vape, 2016. I was joking with Sid that all I bought this trip at this point was Supreme Vape and Stussy, like 2016 Hype Beast shopping. I was looking at comparable prices of this shirt because I didn't want to pay too much. And they have all the countries from the World Cup. And I paid around, I think, 80 bucks, which was like similar prices. I grew up in Little Portugal in Toronto, so I always kind of cheered for them in soccer events. Next thing I got was this Old Navy tee. Reminds me of like a little kid in the daycare shirt. I didn't even try it on, Sid just picked it up and I was like, yeah, I'll get it because I got it with this next thing. I got this Eddie Bauer flannel. I didn't realize there was a stain on it. Next thing I got was this Columbia tee that you guys saw me trying on. I think this was like 8 bucks Canadian, so like 5 bucks US. What else did I get? This UCLA hoodie from the American Vintage store. I don't have that many zip-up hoodies, so I figured I should get one here. I think it's a Russell blank. Yeah, like we were saying, the condition of the vintage stuff is so good that it just looks new. This, I feel like this kind of looks weird on camera. Is this a mistake? Fit's kind of weird. It's a Champion hoodie, so the fit is kind of weird, but if I roll up the bottom layer, I feel like it makes it look better. Why is the Champion stuff like cut like that? I can't explain it, but you know what I mean?
You can't explain it, it's narrow.
It's narrow. Oh, I got one more t-shirt. Don't remember what I said, so the cut probably didn't work well. They love Sushi here, so they have like insane vintage Sushi. I've stumbled across so many crazy tees. If I didn't have a lot of t-shirts, I probably would have bought so many. I also got this thermal from Muji, I think it's called, which I'm not sure exactly how to describe it. It's like a department store basically, but it has like home goods, clothes. But I got this thermal from it. And then last but not least is this Supreme jacket that I've talked about. I don't think I showed though. Just a black zip up, but the cool thing about it is, I don't know if you can see, Frozen Macklemore thrift shop video. I'll probably never wear it like this, but it's cool to have the option. We have an early-ish dinner today, so we're not doing any of the excursion stuff. We're just gonna go back to Shibuya and explore more. Leafs just lost game 7 in typical fashion, so we're upset about that. And that is everything that I've bought so far in Tokyo. Everything Sid looks forward to is a line. We're at a matcha spot.
This is what happens when you get your Rex on TikTok.
I guess my consensus is that vintage here is insane, American vintage, and if you ever want to focus on that, come here, right?
I feel like the men's vintage very much suits Jet style, but the women's vintage I'm finding is very Y2K style, which isn't really the way that I dress usually. So most of the time I'm going in the men's section rather than the women's section.
So basically you're saying I'm more Japanese current and you're like just sort of dated.
Yeah. I think the young people dress very Y2K here.
So you're not young?
I'm not a young Japanese girl now.
We're both pushing 30.
I'm not pushing 30, I'm 25.
That is pushing 30.
No?
It is.
No, it's not.
So that place is actually a sushi conveyor belt restaurant that I went to last time I was in Tokyo with my family, and it was very good. Maybe we'll go back there. But now we're walking to our dinner. 2-star Michelin omakase. What's it called?
Sushi umi.
Sid has progressively liked sushi less since being here.
No.
No.
Can I tell my preference?
truth?
So when we have omakase dinner, I really like the nigiri pieces, but I don't always love the appetizers because oftentimes it's caviar, which is not my favorite, and what else do I not like? Octopus, oysters, but I love nigiri, so if it... Anyway, I don't know how to explain it.
Like if it has spicy mayo, she likes. Do you want to show them the hoodie you bought?
What is this brand?
I thought it was like Shein or something.
So this brand is Russell, which I didn't actually know about, but the girl in the store was so nice, and I was telling her how I don't like the narrow fit, so she recommended this. Cute, right?
Got finished up. That was definitely the best sushi I've had here, comparing the other two. Both great meals, but I think that one had a bit more variety, just things that I'd never had before. Whereas the other one was very like classical and still very good, but I prefer this one, more inventive. Apparently Murakami has trading cards now. Let's see if we hit a banger. Sid.
Hey.
Blockhead. Mochi. Sid when I leave my underwear out.
That's it?
No hollow. We're in Shibuya, so obviously we had to stop at Casanova again. Most insane vintage bag collection.
Very nice color.
The OG.
I love it. The
Oh,
color
yeah.
is so nice.
Hey.
Took one of everything.
Change.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's some sort of J-pop star, or K-pop star, not sure. In there, everyone's trying to get photos. I think it was Jenny. I just met some subscribers that said what up to us. It's actually been happening quite a bit here, I'm surprised. More than when I'm in Toronto or New York or like anything I'd say even now.
It's been kind of crazy. And the last people we met just said that they were hoping to meet Jet because they saw he was here from the stories.
And everyone has been friendly, giving me recommendations. Now we're heading to the Pokémon Center. We went the other day when I didn't vlog, but it was insanely busy. It was a bit overwhelming, so I didn't get anything. Maybe we can get some packs now.
About to see the Mewtwo builds.
I have a challenge for you. See if you can pick any Pokemon out from the wall, and if I get it right, but I don't know all of them obviously because there's like new ones. How about you pick until I guess right? 'Cause the odds are definitely stacked against me. Poodledom. I'm kidding, I don't know. Pick another one. I gotta guess one right. That is Reshiram.
I'm just making this shit up. Really?
So.
You know this? You know my favorite Pokemon is Mimikyu lately because I've been looking at the Mimikyu lore and it's quite tragic.
Little mirror.
It's so sad because he doesn't like the way he looks.
Oh my gosh. We're averaging like 20,000 steps a day here. I think one day we had like 27,000 steps. Our feet are killing us. I got some stuff today. This is one of the hats I got from Casanova. And then we went to the Pokémon Center you saw. We bought some packs. I'm gonna open them and then we're gonna go to bed and have day 6 tomorrow. We got some prismatic. I don't know what the name is in Japan actually, but then I bought one of each of these ones. This is our hit.